Which actor has everyone seen but nobody know the name of? I just want to shout out /user Caney for sharing this guy, this woman links that lead to the pictures of all these actors on replies that didn't have them. Reddit link. Hey. Appreciate it. This guy. Reddit link. I'm a fan of his, but I always forget John Michael Higgins' name, and I think a lot of people do too and or never knew it. Web link. I go to school with his kids and see him every Friday at Starbucks. He came to one of my plays once because his son was in it and he came up to me after and said some really sweet things about my performance. Awesome guy. Seize the day. I'll have a birthday cake. I shall duck behind that couch. Burn Gorman. He plays a great villain. If you want to see him play a good guy, check out the first 2 seasons of Torchwood. He makes a great bad guy, but I always think of that show whenever I see him. Yeah, any Torchwood fan knows him by name. He's a main character in that. As a fan of The Expanse, I heartily agree. Murtry, someday I think you and I are going to end up bloody. Amos, how about now? I'm free right now. I love that show. He'll always be Dr. Herman Gottlieb from Pacific Rim. Christopher McDonald, or as you all know him, Shooter McGavin. He eats pieces of crap like you for breakfast. He eats pieces of crap for breakfast? Poop. No. I know him as Lieutenant Richard Castillo in yesterday's Enterprise, one of the best Star Trek, The Next Generation episodes, and one of the few time travel stories I like. That's one of the best Trek episodes ever put to film. Oh, yes. My favorite line, you have any idea who you're stealing from? You and your friends are dead. Right in the beginning of The Dark Knight. You have any idea who you're stealing from? Insanely appropriate example for the thread dude. Amused by the fact that I can't even remember the names of the characters he's played, they're just like him. Starring, the slimy bank teller from Gotham, the slimy guy from Heat. Agent Mahone from Prison Break? There is a really crappy movie with him and Nicolas Cage where if I remember correctly Cage escapes from hell and Fitchner, known as the accountant, is sent to bring him back. The only good thing about the movie is the scenes with the accountant. He steals the entire movie. Drive angry. Because he's never played anything like himself, but he shows up everywhere. He's Maori, but often plays Hispanic and Arabic characters. Live Free or Die Hard, 6 Days 7 Nights, The Insider, Bringing Out the Dead, Collateral Damage, Training Day, 3 Kings and Hobbs and Shaw, amongst many others. He's worked with a lot of the biggest stars and directors. Web link. Just saw him in Dr. Sleep. I actually looked up his name because I had seen him in other stuff and couldn't remember what. Fear the Walking Dead for TV as well. Edit, just remembered that I watched him in Dr. Sleep recently. Not an actor. But the Redditor that answered every single comment without a link on this thread. We all saw them but nobody remembered the name. User Caney. Reddit link. Noel Guglielmi, aka the guy that always plays Hector. My father just met him in our hometown. He had an itch to talk to him but was holding back because he knew him but didn't know his name. He decided to approach him and Noel was actually expecting to be recognized yet his name not known. Guess these great actors are self-aware of their famous anonymity. I'm glad it went well. I'd be too embarrassed to talk to a celebrity if I didn't know their name. Hector's going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. And on top of that he just came into Harry's and he ordered 3 T66 turbos, with nose, and a Motec system exhaust. Don't forget a handful of neon green washers and a diamond plate floorboard that falls out if there's a dangerous amount of pressure in a manifold that you clear up by yelling "shut up" at a laptop. That happens when you live your life a quarter mile at a time. Longest quarter mile ever. You owe me a 10-minute car. Every Hector movie is in the same cinematic universe. Definitely, he's one of the most recognizable faces. Web link. Wow, they weren't kidding, he plays a ton of roles named Hector. I counted 9, but it jumps to 12 if you count multiple Fast and Furious. Multiple Fast and Furious. I can't believe you've done this. Bald cholo with a white wife beater and a goatee? That's always Hector. Usually an oversized flannel. John Carroll Lynch. He is so good in everything. Recently had a good role in the trial of the Chicago 7. He's been in over 600 movies, TV shows, and video games throughout his career. Edit is a pretty good article on him from last year. Web link. Original poster replies, "Oh wow. He is the perfect example of this question. I knew him immediately when I saw him." The dad in Wayne's World 2. Who asks if they can shift from subtitles to dubbed haha? Mr. Ping. Ah, that guy from the Chinese restaurant in Seinfeld. Seinfeld. 4. Cartwright. 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 You're not Cartwright. Of course I'm not Cartwright. I tell her you not here, she say curse word, and I hang up. Daniel Day Kim was working to get him a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Totally deserved just from the sheer volume of his work. Damn. You know the actor is prolific when their filmography has its own page. Lopan. That's David Lopan to you. Bring out thunder, rain, and lightning to teach this disrespectful fool a lesson. I think you're talking about the godfather of Little China, Mr. David Lopan. You mean the Lopan that's chairman of the National Orient Bank and owns the Wing Kong Trading Company, but who's so reclusive that no one has laid eyes on him in years? The Chinese have a lot of hells. He was brilliant as Lopan. Scared the bejesus out of me. My son had the noodle dream. Yes, as soon as I googled him I knew that was his voice. My noodles man. Good old Lopan. Oh, did you get those pleasure girls last night? They sure know how to handle a man. Stephen Tobolowsky. Ned Ryazan. Bing. I remember Sammy Jankies. His name is Ned Ryazan, his voice is his passport, verify him. He was also in The Insider. Always iconic in Groundhog Day and Sneakers, but didn't recognize that he's one of the big wigs suppressing the news piece until just a couple years ago. Character actress Margot Martindale. Wow, yeah, once I googled her I instantly remembered her from tons of TV and film. Very awesome actress. Justified is one of my favorite all-time TV shows and she was brilliant in that. Her character name in BoJack Horseman is literally character actress Margot Martindale. She cameos once every season and is introduced as character actress Margot Martindale. Please say they say the whole name every time she's mentioned. Of course they do. Similar to how Hollywood stars and celebrities, what do they know? Do they know things? Let's find out. Is never abbreviated on the show. It's described in full, every single time. One time Wanda says, or Sequitquo, for short. And there's also when it was the slightly longer J.D. Salinger presence, Hollywood stars and celebrities, what do they know? Do they know things? Let's find out. I hate admit it, but that was the only thing I vividly remember her from. I think you mean beloved character actress Margot Martindale. Beloved character actress and fugitive from the law Margot Martindale. Beloved character actress fugitive from the law and wild card Margot Martindale. I've probably seen that name more than I've ever seen that face at this point. That's because she disappears into the role. It's called acting BoJack, you should try it sometime. I don't know what she actually looks like, just the cartoon version. Beloved character actress fugitive from the law wild card and born-again Catholic Margot Martindale. The Jennings beg to differ. Original poster replies, she's a perfect example of this question. Recognized her immediately but didn't know her name until now. Thanks. When you get to heaven I won't be there, but my movies will. Well, if you watched BoJack Horseman you'd probably know the name. I only know her from that. Then saw her in something else, and was like, oh, it's character actress Margot Martindale. I legit thought Margot Martindale in BoJack was a fictionalized version of a person like her, not her actual name. LOL, that makes it all so much funnier. Another funny tidbit is that in real life she had a small part in the 2010 Secretariat movie. I feel like I've always seen her, but BoJack really made her known to me as an actress. Just fantastic in every role I've seen her in. You mean Max Bennett? Exactly. I loved her in that. You should check out The Hollers. She was amazing in that. More complicated human than homicidal matriarch, but lovely. The man with the sad eyes, Vincent Chiavelli. He's in loads of stuff, James Bond and Last Action Hero, etc. Web link. Says, dude with sad eyes. Wikipedia page, dude wearing sunglasses covering sad eyes. I agree that your answer is the most correct for the following reasons. Although many character actors are recognizable, Vincent Chiavelli is so striking looking, that if you've even seen anything with him in it, you've seen him. He is in fact impossible to forget. Although he is so recognizable, almost no one outside the business knows his name. I adore his work, God rest his soul. Original poster replies, this dude creeped me out in Ghost. Get off my train. Yo, why you talk about the sad eyes but link the wiki where he has sunglasses? Absolutely Doug Jones. Reason you don't know him because he always looks like someone or something else. Web link. Doug Jones was absolutely terrifying as the lead gentleman in the episode Hush on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's where I recognized him from. The gentlemen were the creepiest baddies I've seen in a TV show. They still give me the shivers. The pale man from Pan's Labyrinth too. He got to show his normal-looking unedited self in the latest season of Star Trek Discovery. He is an amazing human, too. A close friend works with him on Star Trek and he is super kind and generous. I'm a huge fan of his, and so when I got a liver transplant, my friend mentioned it to him and he filmed a get well video then and there. And he still asks my friend how I'm doing 3 years later. I sincerely love Doug Jones. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.